Good evening. This is Jason Godike. I'm the Adult Education Manager here with Brookside Gardens, part of Montgomery Parks. We are a co-sponsor of GreenFest, which is Montgomery County's largest Earth Day festival. In the past, it has been on one day over the weekend, but since the COVID pandemic, we are certainly taking all of this to a virtual event for us right now. And we're going to have a lot of wonderful things for you folks throughout the month of April. Tonight, we kick off our first lecture in our series. We have 5 total lectures every Thursday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. And a lot of the other activities and programs can be found on the GreenFest website. And we're going to go ahead and drop that link into the chat box. Just a quick note for logistics, we have disabled chat box for you folks, but we have allowed the Q&A box to be open. So if you want to ask questions, and again, this is a very interactive panel discussion and workshop with you folks, go ahead and click on the Q&A and then type in your question there, and we can certainly ask it. If you have any comments or issues, you can also go ahead and drop that inside the Q&A box. With that, we'll go ahead and start off the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to Leslie Wilcox, who is the Watershed Outreach Planner for the Montgomery County Department of Environmental Protection. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you everyone for checking out our plogging information. We're really excited to kick this campaign off. We've got a few different people working with us from my department, Montgomery County Department of Environmental Protection, Montgomery Parks, WSSC, and Montgomery Green. So we're really happy to be working with so many people. And we just want to tell you tonight about plogging because we want everybody to get out this spring. I know today might not have been the greatest day in the world, but it's going to keep warming up. And it's a good opportunity to get outside. And if you're jogging or walking anyways, you can pick up trash along your way. So you can go to the next slide. So what is plogging? That's obviously the first question we have to answer. So plogging is essentially jogging and walking and quickly stopping to pick up trash while you go. So this actually started off as a fitness trend in Sweden. And plogging, weird word, right? It actually comes from a Swedish phrase called plocka upp, meaning to pick up. So it's a combination of plocka up and jogging. So that's where this crazy word comes from. And this is the area where people just started saying, hey, you know, I'm on this walking path, I'm on this jogging path, and I'm seeing trash. And I keep seeing the same trash there every time I go. So why don't I, you know, do something helpful and pick it up? Because then I can enjoy this jogging route and walking route better, right? Anything's better without trash on it. So that's how this got started. And people started posting their photos of them doing their jogging exercise and picking up trash. And people, you know, post it with the hashtag plogging. So it ended up actually getting pretty popular and becoming like a trending hashtag kind of around the world. So, you know, now people are just kind of picking it up and doing what they want with it. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, jogging or this fitness thing, although a lot of people do that. A lot of people literally are tracking their steps, showing, you know, that people have lost weight, you know, and been able to help the environment. So I think it's like a really good combination of two beneficial activities that a lot of people want to participate in. So with our spring being the way, you know, with our year being the way it has been with COVID, and usually we would do big in-person cleanups, and we have not been able to do those recently. So we wanted to try and find something where we could still encourage people to get outside, do cleanups, and, you know, not have to be in big groups of people. So that's why we are doing the Plogging campaign 2020. So Montgomery County Energy Connections started the campaign this fall, and it went really well. We had 36 people registered to win plog along packs. A lot of people participated, sent in pictures of them. What I thought was really cool about the campaign from this fall is that a lot of people actually emailed in saying, hey, we've been doing this already for years. We just never had a word for it. So we basically had a lot of people come join plogging who had already been doing some form of plogging for a long time. So That's always cool to find when people have been doing that. So we, took the success of this campaign in the fall, and we figured, since we can't do these big group cleanups yet, it's just not safe enough yet to do really big group cleanups. We thought, let's encourage everybody to do these, individual cleanups where we're probably already, dying to get outside. Um, we've been locked up all year, and the weather's going to get nice, and it's good. This is a good excuse where we're still staying COVID safe. You can do it individually, you can do it with just your family that you live with, and it can even just be something that you add to your daily routine that you're already doing. You can go to the next slide. So basically, if you're already taking a walk every evening because you've been on a different schedule where you're stuck inside all day instead of getting to go outside, and you have your daily, like, I'm going to go outside for this hour during the day and take a walk, you can just add this in really easily. So it's really important for us all to be getting exercise and fresh air. If we're sitting inside all day, the air quality might not be the best. And besides, that sunlight can really do wonders for, our mental and physical health. And plogging gives you a reason to move around and get active. So also, every little bit counts. Everyone, the more people who are plogging, who are joining us in this challenge, if you will, the more trash is getting picked up and being kept out of our communities and the waterways. So, we just want to encourage everyone, the more people in this group who are doing it, and the more you kind of see these photos online, you see that you're not the only one picking up trash, we're really going to be making a difference. Again, that's why we are also asking you to report your data so that we can collect the information about trash bags and let you all know, hey, look at all of this good that we collectively did together. So we're really excited about that. And, this is actually a huge online community. There are people all over the world who are doing this. So, a lot of people have, been feeling, like they're, it's just so individual right now. We're not really part of these big groups that we used to be a part of, where you used to do a lot of in-person stuff. So this can help you feel a little bit more connected to your community, to different people who are even experiencing the same challenges in completely different places in the world. We're all in this together, and we can all make a difference. So unfortunately, why do we need to do this? Well, there's trash in Montgomery County. Not a huge amount, but enough that we want to make a difference about this. So any trash in our community is an issue. Litter can impact neighborhoods in negative ways. Pollution is not only bad for the wildlife, but also our own mental health. It, brings down our communities. So the more we pick up, the more conscious we are about trash, throwing things away in the proper receptacles, the better our communities are going to be. And so that's the main reason why we are working to reduce litter in Montgomery County. A second reason that is also very important to us is our special Anacostia watershed. So in a certain area of the county, drains to the Anacostia River. The more eastern side of the county drains, all of that area drains to the Anacostia River. And so the Anacostia River historically has had some problems with trash. So we have all the areas where it does drain to the Anacostia River. We've been working really hard to try to combat that. We wanted to make a really big difference. We had some requirements put on us by the state and EPA, where we had to make a difference, which we are excited about. And so we've really taken this on fully. So we are really pushing to do as much litter cleanup, especially in the Anacostia watershed, but of course supporting everything throughout the whole county, regardless. So that extra push does get us to do a lot of things. Like, for example, it's a large reason of why the bag law was passed in Montgomery County. These more progressive initiatives that maybe try some experimental things and see if they work. That's something that we can push a little bit more, being that we have this requirement in the Anacostia. So that's really, a good opportunity for us. So all of the programs we do to reduce trash, we do community cleanups, obviously, usually in the spring and fall, as I mentioned, usually big groups of volunteers getting out in the warm weather. We're able to kind of like see where the trash is usually a little bit better at these times a year. So these are the times we historically usually get out. We also do a lot of other things to reduce trash in Montgomery County. So we have stormwater facility maintenance. So all of these stormwater facilities that we have to help reduce other types of pollution. We also have contractors go out there and pick up the trash. So, I mean, that's another place that we're removing trash before it gets down into the river. So we are always, trying to remove as much trash from there as possible. Again, like I said, we've been able to pass some laws that are a little bit more progressive because people know how important it is to really reduce trash, and especially plastics, because we have found out, which Wendy will talk. Wendy and Montgomery Green will talk about a little bit more. That these pieces of plastic up on our end ends up as microplastics once they get to the ocean, because they break up so much and it's really causing issues out there. So these laws are really helping to reduce plastic use from ever being able to enter the environment in the first place. So if we don't take the plastic bag, if we don't take the straw, if the restaurant doesn't hand out a polystyrene container, then it never even has the chance to get into the environment as litter, whether or not someone drops it on the side of the road, or someone can even dispose of these things properly, and yet they still end up in the environment. So that's why these laws were created, because even if you try your best to dispose of everything properly, the wind can pick it up and it could still end up as pollution. And so these items were also some of the most common litter items that were found in like the Anacostia River, one of the places that we were really studying. So this is another reason why we wanted to target these items, to really make a big difference in these large amounts of trash that we were finding. Another really exciting thing that we're doing in Montgomery County to reduce trash is a trash trap. So our neighbors, DC and Prince George's County, have been able to install a few trash traps over the years that have been going well. They have being a little bit further down and closer to the river, they have a little bit more opportunity to install these devices because they have wider areas that they can go in. But we have been able to find a place in Montgomery County that can take one and is needed. And so we are working right now to install that. Anacostia Riverkeeper was given a grant to do so, and we're really excited to kick that off when it starts. So we're probably like a month or two away from it being in the ground. So we'll keep you updated on the progress there. And also our recycling and trash receptacle laws. I think people kind of forget that, that's a part of litter as well. So if there are more recycling bins available, if we're required to provide a recycling bin wherever you have a trash can, that's more access that people have to bins to throw their trash away at. And also trash on the ground around dumpsters, there are fines for that in our county. So these are all things that are contributing to reducing litter within our county. Next slide.
This is the poll. You wanted to do the poll?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the instructions. We're using poll everywhere. It should come up in a second. Can you guys see? So there's a couple of ways you can do it from your phone or from the web. You can go to poll EV. We'll give everybody a second to catch in. Do so. If you got it. I'll go to the next slide, which is asking the first question. And it also has the information on how you can do it. Okay, so you choose A, B, C, or D. We're not getting a lot. Oh, there we go.
And just so everybody knows, I used figures from the year of 2019 because that was the year, the last time we were able to have a full year of cleanups. So these are community cleanup. This is trash that's collected at community cleanups that we usually do big group cleanups for. But I didn't use the data from 2020. I don't think you'll blame me.
No.
Because I actually thought everyone would like freak out if I put that up, and everyone's like, no, we collect way more than that,
Good job. We'll give you a minute more. Get those last few in. Okay. All right, so, oop, that's good.
Oh, couple hopefuls at the end for the really
Right.
hard one.
I like it. All right, I think you got it.
All right. So everybody guessed over 150,000 pounds, which is very close. That's going to be, that'll be our next goal post. I'll set that as our next goal post that we want to meet is the 150,000 pounds, and we'll get there. But as of now, from 2019, we're at just over 120,000 pounds. So between parks and the county cleanups that have taken place, we collected, I think it was like 121 something thousand pounds, which is great. I think I'm very proud of us for that. But our new goal post is going to be 150,000. So we will come to you guys and meet what you think we're doing now.
So the next one is a lot more fun.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is the same, the same place, but here you're actually, the question is pre-pandemic, what was the most common item that you'd found around your neighborhood? Everybody gets a chance. Did it go through? Is anybody getting their stuff through?
It showed me that it's gone through.
But I'm not seeing it. Are you
Yeah.
seeing it? I'm not seeing it. Hold on, let me go back and forward one more. Maybe this will help. Well, let me check the poll itself. Make sure it is active. It is. Oh. All right. Submit. Try it again. I am so sorry. For some reason, it is not taking the code.
People can put it into the question if they want. If participants want to just type it into the question, and then we'll see what their thoughts are.
I don't know what
and
happened.
then I can read them out.
Thank you. Technology, ain't it grand? Well, mine was plastic bottles.
Yeah, so for those that can't see, we have plastic bags. I guess you guys can because people have thumbs up to them. Plastic bags, snack and candy wrappers. And then I think plastic bottles. So I think based on the numbers that I'm seeing, that's probably everybody who's on here. Someone has answered, so.
Plastic.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that it's plastic, right? My vote was plastic bottles. And if it was before the bag ban, it would have been plastic bags. But ever since the bag ban, I say it's plastic bottles.
Well, that's a great lead in for us. Let's see if it goes. Oop, there we go. All right, so hi, everybody. I am Wendy Howard. I'm the executive director of One Montgomery Green, and I'm joined with our mentor this semester and actually last semester of the Clean Headwaters program, Celeste Copay. I want to talk to you a little bit before she tells you about the plastics program that we're doing here, is sort of give you a heads up of who we are. I think many of you know we are a nonprofit here in Montgomery County that's focused on or dedicated to engaging the community. Oops, sorry about that. And outreach, education, that all promotes a sustainable green community. And we do that with a variety of programs. We have a lot of cleanups. We partner with, obviously, with parks and DEP on cleanups. We've done programs on greening your business, greening your home, partnering with other greens in the county, Poolsville Green, Bethesda Green, partnering on GreenFest is a perfect example of the type of things we do. We had as well this past fall in our Green Arts program, we partnered with the Wheaton Arts Parade, who is actually where we did, instead of the art parading this year, we paraded around the art, but we put in an actual piece of art. It was a remix number 6. It actually was a art created from number 6 plastics, which cannot be recycled here in our county. And actually you can see those at the Sandy Spring Museum through, I believe, May 23rd. But really the program I wanted to talk to you about is the Clean Headwaters program, which is Celeste is our mentor. And I'm hoping, Celeste, if you would tell people about your experience and what the program is.
Hi, everyone. My name is Celeste Copay, and I am a mentor here at the Clean Headwaters program for One Montgomery Green. The purpose of Clean Headwaters is to, 1, test the waters here in Montgomery County for micro and macro plastics, 2, bring awareness to this issue in our community, and 3, educate people on what can be done to help alleviate this issue, such as responsible recycling. The sad reality is that the waters here are filled with such microplastics. However, Clean Headwaters is bringing attention and advocacy to this issue, which is why working with the students in this program is so brilliant. The students are always so eager and ready to learn about this issue that affects not only themselves, but all of us in this community. Clean Headwaters helps the students learn about responsible recycling here at Montgomery County and how the lack of doing so affects the environment we live in. Now, I have been working with Clean Headwaters since fall 2020 as a mentor, and my experience in doing so has been eye-opening in seeing this issue starkly. I helped collect water samples in the field, such as in Sligo Creek, and with the help of Montgomery College, tested those water samples for the different kinds of microplastics. This was also repeated with the students themselves, helping them figure out how to collect their own water samples, which were also kindly tested by Montgomery College to find the microplastics in the students' water samples. All the water samples that were tested had microplastics in them, sadly. Students are also taught about the recycling procedures here at Montgomery County and the process behind the facilities and the people behind them. So it's nothing to be considered mystifying. At the end, students also give their own presentations called action projects to show what they have learned and retained from this program so that the program can help make sure that the severity of this issue sticks with them, and so that they become advocates themselves for the people around them about this issue. It's a fantastic program that allows all of us to see how we are being affected in our own community and at a larger part, the global community by this issue.
That was awesome. Thank you, Celeste. That is great. So if you're looking for information about it, how students can join, because we are currently in the midst of the spring session. There will be a fall session 2020 where the kids will be able to go out together. Well, we hope together. Right now, they're doing it as an individual study, but all of this can be found on our website, onemontgomerygreen.org/clean headwaters. You can go look at what the program does, some information about it, and how if you or a student, basically anyone from grade 9 till 12 in Montgomery County, not even a Montgomery County public school, can be any school in Montgomery County, any high school that is more than willing to apply. We're doing it virtually with the students going out to the stream by themselves, but it's still going and we're excited about it. You can also see some of the action projects that the kids have done in the past. Thank you. And I guess that's you, Valeria.
All right, thank you guys. Yes, so it is really wonderful to see so many programs happening in the county to reduce waste, to reduce litter. And on behalf of Parks, so that's, my name's Valeria, that's who I represent, Parks. We have been working closely with DEP. We've been working with the GreenFest team to launch this new plogging challenge. Well, not so new, but we are very, very excited to support this. And I think, sorry, I think this is not the right slide. If we could go to the next one.
This one, I mean, I could go over.
Oh,
this
you
one.
can go over this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically we're just saying, hey, this is how you join. So this is our website to join, and it's typed into the chat, I believe. That is our website in order to join the GreenFest Plogging Challenge. You can fill out our registration form that's on our website. Once you fill out that form, you can pick up free supplies. There's we were doing 3 handout days. One already took place today, but we have 2 more handout days. But if you can't make any of our handout days, that is okay. We are still going to make the supplies available for free down in the lobby of our Wheaton building. And you can, I will work with you to email you like a day that you can come and pick it up. And it'll just be set out there in the lobby for you. And I'll just let you know, you can come between the hours that the building is open. So then you pick up your free supplies and then you plog. So go out, pick up, any trash that you find. The more of trash that we find, especially those plastics, that's helping to reduce those plastics from becoming microplastics and becoming a problem. I just learned something myself. Every single test sample had, these microplastics in it, even in this area. So, I mean, we all need to be contributing to this, right? So get out there, plog. And what we're doing to encourage you a bit to do this is we're going to offer, these free little prizes every week during Earth Month to just help encourage people to get out there a little bit. So if you submit your cleanup data to us every time you go out, let us know how much trash you picked up so we can keep track of that. So like I said at the beginning, we're all doing this together. Every little bit counts and we're all contributing to this bigger total. And post a photo of you plogging. Each week we're gonna have a different theme, which I'll get to a little bit later. And if you post your photo, submit your photo when you're giving us your cleanup data, post it online to Montgomery Plogs, email us. There's a few different ways you can get your photo to us, but as long as you get your photo to us, you can be eligible to win a prize. And now Valeria is gonna talk about plogging in parks. And a lot of the safety guidelines that she's gonna talk about in parks apply to everything. I mean, basically we just want you to be safe, keep it COVID safe, and keep yourself normal general cleanup safe. So 2 safety things to think about, and Valeria's going to touch on all of
that. Thank you, Leslie. I knew there was something weird about the order. Okay. Yes, my name is Valeria. I am the new Parks Cleanup Coordinator. So basically, any types of cleanup activities that happen in the parks, I am your person. So we are participating and collaborating with the Plogging Challenge because we know that there's a lot of trash that we get in the parks, that we see in the parks, and we do have a lot of ploggers who find trash not just in their neighborhoods but in their local parks. So we do want to encourage people to go out to the parks, go to your favorite trail, and plog when you do it. Just a couple of guidelines. We do want to make sure you guys are aware that the Plogging Challenge is considered an individual/family activity. Of course, due to COVID, this is even more enforced. So if you are interested in doing any type of group cleanup, so if you want to get together and clean up as a group, you can register on that link. You can find out more information about our cleanup opportunities and how to organize a cleanup. And we also have supplies that we can give for large groups. So, lots of amounts of bags and recycled bags. We even have trash grabbers for everybody that you can borrow. So definitely reach out to me if you're interested in that. Other than that, please do plug along through the parks. We can go to the next slide. All right, so just some safety considerations. Obviously, when you're plogging in your neighborhood, you're familiar with the areas and your own streets, and you know, I'm sure you're aware of the you know, being out in roads and being careful there. But when you're in parks and when you're in natural environments, there are a few other things to consider. So please keep in mind your own safety. And I have the little gears with the with the person there. And basically that just means use your best judgment. So ask yourself, you know, would you want to show up in the next news article? Montgomery County plogger jumped into the water, right? Just to grab a plastic about. Just be safe is the end goal here. Be safe when you're plogging yourself. Keep your kids safe when you're out plogging in the parks. There's a lot of hazards out there, from logs to rocks to plants. So just be very safe. Also stay away from private property. So we want to make sure, you know, you're keeping in mind the park boundaries, and then being mindful of plants and wildlife. Of course, leave no trace is a practice that we encourage. So trying to minimize your impact when you're out there plogging. So trying to stay on the trails as much as possible is very important. If you can imagine, we get hundreds of visitors at parks every day. And if people start going off trail, the impact of people at the parks is just going to keep growing, and the trails are going to get damaged. Will increase erosion, things like that. So, and it also spreads non-native invasives. A lot of people don't think about that. And in springtime, a lot of those non-native invasives will start showing up in seeding. So we want to try to keep ploggers on the trails as much as possible. And that is one also incentive for you to get a plogging kit, because they come with grabbers, and the grabbers help you guys reach places that you might not be able to do so. Also be aware of poisonous plants. So we do have guides available on our parks website if you're curious or interested in learning about them. And another reason to try to stay on trails as much as possible, just because you never know if you're gonna come across poison ivy or stinging nettle. So very, very important. And ticks, it's almost tick season, so different places have different levels. So just be mindful of that as well. Do your check when you get home. Check your entire family. You want to wash your clothes when you get home. Just a good practice to avoid that. And then last but not least, please only remove trash. Don't take things like, for example, flowers. Don't, you know, try to avoid picking the wildflowers and things like that. Because again, these are natural spaces that you're in, and we want to be mindful of that. And just be very considerate of the wildlife when you're out there. Now, oh yeah, and at the bottom, we do have some information in case of emergencies. So if you have an injury, or if you find anything suspicious in the parks, like any items that that are concerning for some reason, you just never know. So we want to make sure you guys are aware of the park police phone number, and if you have an emergency, obviously call 911, but just have that there with you just in case. Now we can go to the next slide. Okay, so additional regulations. So most of our stream valley parks we have watershed groups that help care for them. But of course, we have a lot of local streams and creeks all over the county. So if you're plogging in parks, please try to keep an arm's distance away from bodies of water. And the main reason is because you're out there on your own, and we really want to make sure everybody stays safe. And also, obviously, to try to minimize the impact of erosion and things like that. So try to keep an arm's length distance, and if you have the grabber, even better. You can reach for things. The one thing that we do prohibit in all cases is log jams. So there are places where logs will fall and collect lots of trash, right? So those can be especially dangerous. So please don't ever approach a log jam. I do have a picture if we can click on the next slide or the next, oh, there's a grabber. And now we can go to the next one to show there's a log jam at Rock Creek that we found. And a lot of times people get excited about these and they say, oh my gosh, there's so much trash. I can get that. But please, it is against park policy to do that. So if you see one, please just report it directly to me. My contact information will be provided. Or you can just call any parks customer service, any way that you can reach us, just report it and don't go after it. It's very dangerous, and we don't even allow staff to do those unless they have a special permit to do it. So just please keep that in mind. If you see one, report and leave it alone. The best thing you really can do to prevent these log jams from building up is plogging and really just getting the trash from the trails, because that's where it comes from in the first place, right? So so let us handle these dangerous projects and yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Oh, okay. So we're back to Leslie.
Back to me. Okay, so I was saying we are basically doing these little prize packs because we're just trying to have a little something special for Earth Month because it's our favorite month. And we also want to just kind of be encouraging everybody to get out and do this. And one thing I really like that I want to mention about like us working with parks together on this is that we've had quite a few people say, you know, they start out from their house when they're plogging, they go around their neighborhood a bit, they're right next to a park, so they go into the park real quick and get, you know, walk along the park, get some trash from in there, and then head back to their house. So, you know, this is actually like an activity that we're seeing a lot of people work in both parks and, you know, our county neighborhoods on. So we're really excited to be working together on this. So you guys can just come to one place and work with both of us. So each week in April, we're going to just have a little small prize package. Again, this is just really just to encourage people to get out there. It's not like you're gonna win something really spectacular, but they'll be helpful little tools to use. So our first week, we're gonna give out a prize on April 8th, and we're asking you to submit a photo of, you know, that fits with the theme of the week. Now you can submit any photo you want to us during the Plogging Challenge. We love all of the plogging photos. We're not against any of them. We love to promote them on social media. It gets more people interested in plogging and more people out there collecting trash. But if you want to win the prizes, follow our photo themes for these weeks. So our first theme is going to be finding gloves and masks while plogging. So this happens a lot now that we're in these COVID times. We've heard it a lot. We've seen it a lot. We've gotten your photos and emails about you being upset about it, which we are upset about it too. So if you find these while plogging, get a picture of it, picture of you picking it up, picture of it out there, or whatever, and submit the photo. And then, you know, our prize theme for this first week is going to be COVID survival. It's going to be a couple little eco products that will help us get through these COVID times. Week 2 is going to be on April 15th. Our photo theme for that week is going to be the weirdest thing you found while plogging. We've had a lot of people come, like we had during our fall challenge, we had Wacky Wednesdays, very popular. People find some weird things out there. And we've done this during our big group cleanups in the past before too. This is almost like something that we've always done with cleanups. What's the weirdest thing we found today? So submit us a photo of the weirdest thing you found and tell us what it is, because we might not know. So we want to be able to announce in the winning photo what it was. And the theme for that week is going to be plogging in style, like a water bottle, a little reusable snack bag, you know, just some little tchotchkes to help you while you're plogging. Week 3, April 22nd, Earth Day, the big day. So our theme for that week is going to be the most trash picked up. Just show us like as many trash bags as you can get in the photo, as much as you picked up. And the theme for that, the prize theme for that is going to be some Earth Month treats. Picked up a couple little good things, so you You will enjoy it. And then our last prize is going to be, or our last winning week is going to be April 29th. We'll have a winner. Our photo theme from that week is removing trash in nature. So if you're out, like, you know, not just on a street, but like in a park. And our theme for that prize is our We Love Parks pack and all these goodies that you can use while you're out in the parks. It's really nice stuff. So those are our little encouragements to help you get out and about and vlog this spring. So, you know, we're going to be doing this. We're really highlighting it during April, which is why, you know, we wanted to kick off GreenFest, get everybody involved, know about this challenge that's going on. But we're going to do this longer than just April. So we're going to keep doing this all the way through June 30th. We actually are doing social media ads to, you know, help anybody who's around Montgomery County who wants to get involved, who might be interested in joining us to get out and do this with us. So we're really going to be pushing this. We will have these free supplies that we're giving out. I know I answered a couple of questions that I saw in the chat about what's coming in the Plogging pack. So basically, first of all, you do not have to get a Plogging pack to participate. You can participate in the Plogging challenge with all of your own supplies. We are just doing this to help people out who want it. So if the barrier for you getting out and picking up trash on your walking route is that you don't have a litter grabber, then come get a litter grabber from me. So that's, you know, that's basically what we're doing. It's going to be, you know, we're giving a litter grabber away per household. We're giving away trash bags, and we're giving away gloves and some hand sanitizer. So just some really basic stuff, but just the bottom line is it's everything that we would normally supply at a community cleanup so that you can go out and do these on your own in your own neighborhood. So you do not have to get the free supplies in order to join. You don't even have to get them to join the to win the prizes, but you do have to submit your photos to win the prizes. So that's something we really want people to do. It helps us, you know, be a part of this community, and I'll help out. So what should you do with the trash? So we have a couple different things that you should do with trash depending on where you're finding it or leaving it. If you're just plogging in the park, you should firstly, what honestly most people do when it comes to plogging is most people don't even want to deal with, you know, any other thing, and they just bring the bag to their home and put it into their normal trash and recycling bin. So if you are not picking up too much and, you know, you're able to carry the bag back home, that's probably the best option. It shouldn't take up too much room in your trash can. So that's always the best option. But if you can't do that, if you're in a park, use the Montgomery Parks trash bins that are already there. But if you come across some huge trash pile, you can leave the trash pile at a location in the parks and email Valeria. And so that's your best bet in the parks. On the county streets and roads, if you do have a public trash bin available, if you're on like a bus route or something like that, go ahead and use that. But again, if you come across some big pile of trash and you work and pick it up and you can't bring it at home, it's too heavy to carry, you can leave it there and you'll call 311 and you'll report it as an adopt a road cleanup. And I will be sending this information out to everybody who's signed up or needs it. Next slide. I think the last slides are just our resources and website. So I don't know if there's any further questions or if anyone has anything they want to share. But that's essentially what we're doing. You know, we're just trying to get everybody to get out and pick up trash. And, you know, we would normally do this at our spring cleanups anyways. So let's just keep doing it, whether or not we can be with our big group of people to do it.
Hey, Leslie, one question. Could we just say what the other 2 pickup dates would be?
Yes. So we were trying to get everybody to register to get, if you wanted to get supplies. So we do have the information that's on the form of a pickup date you can choose, but we are doing one on next Friday afternoon, April 9th from 2:30 to 6:30 at Hillendale Park, right? Hillendale?
Yep, Hillendale Local Park, New Hampshire Avenue.
Yep. And then our third pickup will be at Black Hills Regional Park on April 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Is that right, Nicole?
Yep, that's right.
There we go. So yes. And then if you cannot make those dates, do not fear, you can still get plogging supplies. You just got to come to Wheaton to our main building and I will email you the date that you can come pick it up, and it's always going to be between business hours, and I'm going to leave the bags down in our lobby.
Great. I think that was it from the questions that came through. And just to clarify, there were some folks that asked about getting the slides or the recordings. This is being recorded and will be up on the GreenFest website, so you can go back and reference that.
Right. Right on time. I mean, this is really simple stuff. We just want everyone to get out, enjoy spring, enjoy Earth Month, and pick up trash. So it's all stuff we would normally be doing, just not in our big groups. So
Maybe one thing we can do is have everyone put on the chat, where are you plogging? Where are you guys from? And what parks are you plogging at? Just to kind of get a sense of who's here, and yeah, and feel free to keep posting any questions too. So I can start. I'll be plogging at Burtonsville. Me and Leslie, we were just talking about Edgewood local park, where we see a lot of trash build up there. So yeah, so I'm definitely excited to get out there and plog around my neighborhood and plog around my local park. Oh, Durwood was listed. Okay. Anywhere else?
Well, I'm here in Wheaton. We'll be cleaning up around the neighborhood.
Awesome.
But I have
Ooh,
my own grabber.
Clarksburg, nice. Awesome. Oh, we have Rockville, great. And another way to, so this is great. I love that we're getting lots of different places. Another way to grow your impact is just share this information out to your communities, to your groups, to your schools, to your scouts, any groups that you're a part of. Anyone can participate. So feel free to share the GreenFest Plogging Challenge link and or the GreenFest page. So that we can get even more people plogging. That's a really, I mean, you're here, the fact that you're here tonight is a sign that you really do truly care about this issue. So we highly encourage you to continue to share this, spread the word, post on social media, use our hashtag, and just share this wonderful challenge that we have with your friends, with your family. I know a lot of kids are looking for SSL hours, this year. So if anyone needs SSL hours, they can get an hour per day. That could be like 30 hours in a month, right, Leslie?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, Nicole read my mind when you started talking about that we had people from everywhere and encouraging other people to do it. I was like, oh, I forgot to say SSL hours. Yes, you can get we're on the Montgomery Serves Volunteer Center website. We are, you can get SSL hours. We are restricting it to 1 a day because we just want to make sure that everybody's, doing it right. We don't want to, sign off on things that could not have happened, but we definitely think that everybody is able to pick up 1 bag of trash a day, and you'll definitely be working for about an hour out there. So if you're a student and you need some SSL hours, we really encourage you to do this. You can build up, like Valeria was saying, just even if you just do it 5 days a week, that's 5 hours a week. You can get to 20 hours by the end of the month.
Exactly.
Great.
And I guess we're pretty close to wrapping up here. So the last thing that I just want to also emphasize is data. So definitely send us your data. When you register, Leslie will send you a link that you can fill out after you plog. Each time you plog, you can send us your data that will basically tell us how much trash you found, certain items that you found. This is really going to help us track litter trends throughout the county. and it's gonna definitely contribute to our reporting and a lot of our measures that we're implementing, that Leslie was talking about earlier on, especially in the Anacostia, but also the Potomac. So definitely send us your results when you plug. That's going to be helpful. It's a really quick form, and you can also submit your pictures there in the form too. So that's also an option for sending us your pictures.
And we have the form in a couple different places. So if you registered, you got it in the automatic email that came back to you. It's the little link that says survey. It's in about 4 different places on the website. Again, we are really trying to get this data. And the reason why is there's a reason why I gave you, for the trivia question, I did the 2019 numbers instead of the 2020 numbers. And that's because, you know, even though we know that people were out there picking up trash, we didn't find out about it, because normally we will bring everyone together in a group and then we're able to record how much trash is picked up, because I sit there at the end of the cleanup and I count all the bags. But obviously if I'm not at all of your individual cleanups, I don't know how many bags you picked up. So that is why it is really important and why we are putting this data form in so many different places, trying to encouraging you to submit it. So you don't have to, you can do it every day if that's easiest for you. You can submit the form every day, like 1 bag of trash every day. Or if you want to save up to the end of the week, hey, I picked up 15 bags of trash this week. Here's the information. However you want to do it is fine, but we are trying to get everyone, we are really encouraging everyone to submit that data, because then our numbers will look a bit better. We know you guys are out there working hard in Montgomery County, so we want to be able to show everyone that you are.
Leslie, we had a quick question about reporting of the trash. Is it number of bags, number of pieces, weight? So can you just explain that real quick?
So we are doing number of bags. You know, this is not a perfect scientific activity. We're going to take, you know, what the average weight of, you know, a Plogging trash bag is. I mean, you know, you can let us, we'll have some way for you to let us know, you know, about how full the bag is. But I mean, we are just asking you for number of bags. We're not going to ask you to weigh it. I mean, that's really complicated. You know, this is not it's not going to be a perfect system, but it's going to give us more information than we currently have, which is 0. So anything is better than 0.
Great. Well, it sounds like perhaps it's time to wrap up, but you ladies have certainly done a wonderful job. Thank you so much to Valeria Espinoza with Montgomery Parks and Leslie Wilcox with DEP, Wendy Howard and Celeste Copay with One Montgomery, and of course, Nicole Horvath with WSSC. Again, a lot of the updates and any changes potentially, or any updates to some of the pickup sites will be up on the GreenFest website. I certainly encourage all of you to keep coming back and looking for updates of what our new programs are. And we hope you all have a wonderful, safe time plogging out there. And thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.